Hey guys, welcome back to Derrieres. Today I'm going to make some sweet Thai pepper sauce. Okay, and I have Thai peppers that I was drying, so I'm going to use those. And I've been cutting them in half and taking out all the seeds, and then I'm going to reconstitute them in some water and get them all plump again. So here, I'll show you what I'm doing. All right, so basically I've been taking them and cutting them in half. Now, if you're doing this, you might want to make sure you wear gloves because these are spicy. I'm saving the seeds, though. Some of them will get damaged while I'm cutting it in half, but most of them don't. But I'm just like pulling the seeds out like that. I'm running my nail down it and kind of just scooping all of them out, making sure they're all out, and then I'm putting them off to the side. However, I'm going to take all these and put them in this bowl of water so they will plump back up. So I need about 5 ounces of that, so I'm going to continue on until I get 5 ounces. I'm tongue-tied this morning. Anyway, so I want to make some sweet Thai pepper sauce, and I thought, you know, I'm going to do it. I've been contemplating this for a while, and I thought, you know, let's see if I can just get it done today. So I thought I'd bring you along and look at this going in no time. I'm going to put these in those little jars, those little 4-ounce jars, and I have, I think maybe 2, maybe 3 of the regular jam jars, but for the most part I'm going to put them in the little ones because when you use this, I don't think you're going to need that much, you know. One of those little jars would be more than enough, I'm thinking. So that's what I'm going to do. You can do what you want. You can put yours in quart jars if that's what you want. But I'm going to put mine in the little 4-ounce half jam jars. So we'll come back when I get done with all this. I did want to let you know, if you're doing them fresh, still wear gloves, of course, but you still want to get all the seeds out, even if you're doing them fresh. And if you're looking for a place to buy Thai peppers, any Asian market has them. I got them actually in this little container, and I think it was completely full and had cellophane wrapped up over it, the top of it, and I think they were like $2.50, something like that, $2.48. So they don't cost very much at all. This is a cheap recipe to do if you want to do it. You need a little nub of ginger and about 1.5 inches worth. So doesn't take much. Sugar, brown sugar. We'll get to the recipe in a little bit. But anyway, let me get these done here. I've not got far to go. So I'll be back when I finish. Thank goodness the seeds float. So I see I missed one here. Got it. And I just had that one fall off my hand. Ah. But that's the good part about it. Once I get them in here, the seeds do float, so you can pick them out real easy. If you don't mind the seeds in there, I guess you could leave them in there, but you really should take them out. We'll be back in a bit. All right, guys, I have my jars sanitized. I've been rotating these every 10 minutes, and they've been on for a half hour, so they're good. I'm going to shut them off, put a lid on them, and keep them hot until I'm ready. Another thing I found that works really well is these little cuticle scissors. I just get one, and I kind of just stick it in there. I don't know if you can see that. And then I just cut all the way up the end real easy. It goes all the way to the very tip. And I break through the tip. And then I kind of bend it open where I cut it, right there. I don't know if you can see that. And I just kind of run my nail all the way down it, and it takes everything out. So, real easy. Really, really easy to do. Just make sure it's opened up all the way and get them out in a flash. There we go. Done. Throw in the water. And by the way, I've never used these on cuticles. I just bought them to have in the kitchen for things just like this. I guess my bird's saying good morning. But yeah, I always grab something here and there just to throw in the kitchen drawer because you never know what you'll ever need when you're doing cooking. But I like to have everything I need. The end is a little dark on there, so I'm cutting that off. And I just cut it, and then I just spread it wide open here, like that. And see all the seeds in it? You would only need one of these peppers to grow like a ton of plants next year, which is a plan of mine anyway. I'm gonna grow my own Thai peppers next year. Shoot, I might do that beforehand in my AeroGarden. All the greens that I grew in there, they've gone hog wild. So I'm gonna have to start making some salads and get rid of them, which I've been eating salad, but I've been eating it from the store. So the greens from the store. I've been buying bags of spinach lately and eating a lot of that. So anyway, I'm going to continue on here and let's go check the jars. These are all the seeds I got out of all those peppers. So that's that. I got my peppers soaking. So we're good there. Now we're going to get busy. Okay, we're going to put the chilies in the food processor. They're all cut in half. Okay, so that's done. I need a cup and 2/3 of golden raisins. So here's a cup. I'm going to get 2/3 going. Lost one. Gonna have to get that. It's easier to take it out and crumble them up. They stick together. So, that's about a half. That's about 2/3. Okay. Put that in there. Okay. Now let's see what else we need. We need 3 garlic cloves. So I've got that right here. Maybe. I've had such incidents today, you guys, you have no idea. About knocked myself out on the freezer door handle. Not pretty. I really did think I was going to fall over. It wasn't good. And then I realized that it would really be nice to have a bidet at this point. Just telling you. So I would wear gloves if I was you. That's all I'm saying. Wear gloves. Okay, there's one. I always cut the end off there. See how it's dark there? I always cut that off. And if you can see any bad spots, I always cut those off. I'm gonna cut this in smaller pieces just so it's easier for the processor to do its job. Okay, 2 more to go. I don't know how you guys do your garlic, but that's how I do mine. I always have done it that way. This one's got like a bunch of bad areas in it. I don't think I'm going to use that one. Get another one. We'll get another one. Let's try this one. Okay. Okay. Cut off the end. Cut the end off. And I'm just going to cut this way. So they're smaller pieces. This one has an area that I don't like in it either. Cut that in half. I'll use that part. I'll use this half on this one, that's okay. There, that's good. That'll be another clove. All right. Just cut them up a little bit. Good enough. Good enough, good enough, good enough. Okay, put that in the food processor. Let's see what else we need. It says fresh ginger, 1.5 inches of fresh ginger. So I already started whittling away at this thing, and basically I just take the skin off of it. The peeling, whatever you want to call it. Just take the peeling off. Real lightly skin it. Get the brown stuff off, basically. Cut the end, a fresh cut. Okay. Now for this, and cut it a couple different ways. Cut it long ways first. This stuff is so hard. And cut it in some thin pieces first, some thin strips. And then I'm going to cut them in lengths, or in little pieces, I mean, after I get it cut in lengths. And hopefully this processor can get it all messed up for me. Little teeny pieces, hopefully it can cut it. It said to shred it, for me to shred it. Yeah, right, is what I say to that. We'll see how this works out. Which, I love ginger anyway, so if I got a big hunk of ginger, I'm not going to be upset. Alright. That's about a 1-inch piece, 1.5 inch piece. I have a little piece left here. I think I'll just use it too, might as well, in the sense of having it hanging around, right? Get it cut off there. Just peel it up. Try not to get too much of the meat of the root with it, but you know, don't go deep. Just kind of keep it on this top there. I'm gonna cut those nubs off. Just use that. All right, that's probably a good little bit more. There we go. All right. Okay, I'll cut this one up too. All right, that should be that. I don't usually buy stuff already prepared, just so you know. I just don't. So this is how I cook. You could get, you know, the minced garlic already in a jar and all that stuff, but I just don't do that. So I'll keep this little nub for my tea. Okay, get all my garlic and goodies all put away in this little bag for a trash. And then we'll go on to the next thing. Okay. Says raisins, garlic, ginger, and a 1/4 cup of vinegar. So let's get a 1/4 cup of vinegar. Put that all in the food processor. Can't hardly speak today. Okay, now we're going to pulverize the living daylights out of it. That's the plan anyway. I don't know if I get this thing going or not here. Yeah, there we go. Put this on there with it. Yay, hallelujah, good grief. Okay, plugged in. There we go. It says do it until it's smooth. It's definitely not smooth yet. I'm gonna keep going until it's smooth. You know. Come on. There we go. I don't want to take it off, but I just want to remove the lid. There we go. Get the stuff around the top edge here. Down in there. Okay. There we go. Oh, I got this too. Bunch of stuff in there. Got to get that out. And get it down in there. Get it as fine as we can get it, right? I mean, I don't mind if it's in chunks, but it might be a little too much for somebody else. I like hot stuff, but others might like about pass out. Who knows? Who Who knows? So anyway, that's that. Put this little black thing. I don't even know what this is on for. I don't think we need to have this on actually. There we go. Okay. Knocked my little coyote over. Okay, let's see where we're at here. At least it stayed out of the lid that time. Okay, I'm gonna get it down in there again. Just go a little bit longer. I have an idea that when I start cooking this, you guys, I'm gonna really be like crying. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. Let me unplug this. Okay, let's see what we got. I think it's gonna be pretty good. It's about like this. You see that? All right, let's put it in the pot. Got the pot ready right here. I'm gonna take the blade out. Clean it up in a minute. Okay, let's get all this out of here. Woo! Just flips them all over me. Come in, y'all. Come a little closer. All right. Let's see. Trying to get as much of the goodies as I can. Don't want to miss any of it because that's what it's all about. That's the majority of the good stuff right there. The rest of it's basically sugar and vinegar, I believe. So. All right, I'm gonna put this stuff in the sink and wipe the blade off. Put that in the sink. All right, now for the rest of the goodies that go in there. Oh, here we go. It says in a large pan, when you're done getting it all pulverized, stir in the vinegar. So I've got my vinegar, and I need 1 cup. 1 cup of vinegar. I'm just going to use my dry measurements today, you guys. Okay, 1 cup of vinegar. 1 2/3 cup of sugar. Says 1 2/3 cup of white sugar. And 1 cup. And 2/3. 1 and 2. All right, then we have, all right, now we need 2/3 cup of firmly packed light brown sugar. So, pack it in there. That's 1. All right, set that off to the side. Now we need 1 tablespoon of fish sauce. 1 tablespoon coming up. Okay. If you don't have fish sauce, you need to get some. Stuff's great. Such great flavor. Okay, guys, I'm going to clean my mess up and then we'll come back. Okay, so before we start this, we are going to put in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 5 tablespoons of water. All right, that's that. I'm gonna start this. I already have my board out ready for my stuff to fill it. But like I said, you guys, I'm probably gonna be coughing my head off because the stuff's already strong just sitting here. I'm gonna get it all underneath that vinegar. Let me bring you in here and you can see it. All right, so I put this on 6. But it says to bring it to a boil, okay? And then you stir it until all the sugars are dissolved, and then we're going to reduce the heat. I don't know how much it's going to make. I have no idea. I'm going to bring it up to 7 actually until it starts to boil. And then if I got a seed that pops to the top like this, I think I'm just going to scoot them over to the side and get it out. Put it on the side of my paper there. Got just a few of them in here, you guys. Nobody's perfect. So I'm just going to get those out. Just a couple. Right, a couple. I'm just going to keep doing this, and then more will show up and more will show up. You just wait and see, because that's how it always works, isn't it? Okay, I think that's good. One there. But as it does its thing, I'm sure more will pop up because that's how it always happens. Get this one, not too shabby. Okay. See, there's one popped up. They hide down in the very tips of those peppers, and so sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. And I see like 3 more in there. I'm just going to wait until all the sugar is melted, and then I'll skim those off the top because they'll be up in the top. They'll float up there, no problem, and stay floated. I hope this is good. I love sauces on, like, when I do chicken and stuff, so we'll see if this is good. And I was also thinking about putting this on some ribs. So, excited about that, but we'll come back when it's starting to boil, okay? And I do have my jars in the oven. They are heating, so I'll be ready. When this gets ready, I'll be ready. And it's doing its thing. Just keep stirring it. The sugar's melting fast. Okay, you guys, it just started to boil. So, I'm supposed to let it do this for 15 minutes. After it starts to boil, you turn it on low. Okay, so we're going to turn it down to 4. See how that does. And then I'm going to keep going at it. Turn it down to 3, probably 3. And let it go for 15 minutes and see what happens. I'll be back when I'm ready. Oop. Okay, guys. Just going to keep stirring until 10 after. It's like 5 to 11 right now. I got me some water to drink because I don't want to die here. So I did get water. And also, I did find, let me show you real quick. This morning when I was doing my jars, this one has a big chip in it right there, see? That happened while it was in the dishwasher, actually. So, make sure you check your jars before you use them. After I pull them out, I inspect them again. Just got to make sure you do. This is supposed to get to be like a syrup, you know, when it reduces enough that it's like slightly thick syrup consistency, then that's when you want to jar it up. So we're going to let it go for the full 15 minutes because I want to make sure that it's where it needs to be. I don't want it being runny. So I'm gonna keep going. We'll be back in about 12 minutes. Hey guys, I thought that while I was stirring this, I'd go ahead and give you all of the ingredients in one fell swoop. So if you want to grab a pen and a paper, I will start in on that in about a minute. Give you a couple seconds to get pen and paper, okay? In the meantime, I'm going to keep stirring this. Don't have too much longer to go. But you want to make sure all that sugar is nice and melted. And it is simmering. It's where you want it to be, like this. When you stop stirring, you want to see it like that. Not a crazy boil, not a rolling boil, just, you know, a simmer. And you'll keep going like that, like I said, about 15 minutes. Okay, let's start in. First, you need 13 or 5 ounces of medium large fresh red Thai chilies. Now, I used mine that were almost dried completely, but do what you want, okay? This will be fine, I can tell you right now, because it's hot. It's spicy, I can tell. Okay, then you want 1 2/3 cup of golden raisins. You want 3 garlic cloves, chopped up. You want 1½ pieces of fresh ginger, 1½ inches of a piece of fresh ginger, finely shredded. And then you want 1 cup of white vinegar. You want 1 2/3 cup of sugar. You want 2/3 cup of firmly packed brown sugar, and 1 tablespoon of fish sauce. And then later you'll need your little 5 tablespoons of water and ½ teaspoon of salt before you start, when you put it all in the pot, after you get it out of the processor. So after you get it out of the processor, what you put in the processor is, of course, all the things that we put in there, which was the chilies and the raisins and the garlic and the ginger and 1/4 cup of vinegar, okay? You write that down. I'll say it again. Chilies, raisins, garlic, ginger, and 1/4 cup of vinegar. You're going to place all that in a processor and run it until it comes out smooth, and make sure there are no seeds in the chilies. Okay. Then get a large pan out, and when you're done in the processor, put all your goodies that are in the processor in the large pan, like this one. Okay. Then you want to add all of your vinegar, your brown sugar, white sugar, fish sauce, your 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 5 tablespoons of water, and bring it to a boil and stir it until the sugars all dissolve. Then you want to reduce it and stir it for 15 minutes until a slightly thick, kind of syrupy consistency appears. Okay, and that's when you know you're ready to jar it up. Okay, let's see where we're at. I'm gonna go a little longer. When I get to the point I put it in the jars, I'll tell you about that part next. So keep your pen and paper ready. Make sure you scrape the stuff down off the sides of the pan, okay? And make sure you don't let anything stick to the bottom. I do see I have a couple little seeds in there, but I really don't mind them. I've seen 2, I think. All right, I'll be back when I'm ready to jar it up, guys. I don't know when my camera shut off, you guys. I'm so mad. Hope it got me putting stuff into jars. Anyway. Okay. Put our rings on. What I was saying was, I'm a kettle canner. Open kettle canner, so basically I put the lids on, I put the bands on, and I turn mine upside down for about 15 minutes, and then I turn them back right side up, and that's it for me. However, if you're a new canner and you're uncomfortable with this, all you have to do is make sure you have boiling water ready and water bath this for 15 minutes, okay? That's all you have to do. This works fine. Okay, guys, I don't know where my camera keeps stopping, but anyway, I've kettle canned for years. It's safe. You do whatever you're comfortable with, okay? That's what I'm saying to you. If I can get this thing on here. It's so hot. Ah, there we go. Okay, there we go. And then the last one. So I got, it would basically be 4 jam jars for this recipe. But because I did these little halfsies, I've got 6 little half ones and a jam jar. So I'm happy with that. I'll give it 15 minutes and I'll turn them back over and then we'll look at them. My phone keeps shutting off, guys, so I'm gonna go and hopefully I can get the last little shot of this when it's done. All right, guys, they are popping and sealing already. I think I've got 1 left, maybe 2 to pop. I can't remember. I think it's 2 down there. I've been sitting here for a few minutes, but anyway, sorry my video stopped. It's a real bummer. My camera is just so full, I'm gonna have to empty it today, so that must be why it's doing it. So you didn't get to see me put it in the jar, but I did leave about 3/4 of an inch headspace. It calls for 1, but I had extra in there and I didn't want to have some left over sitting on the counter or in the fridge, so I went ahead and filled it up to 3/4, and that's fine. If you're new at canning, that's okay. It's no big deal. It's jelly, basically. It's no big deal. And like I said, I do kettle canning or open kettle canning, whatever. And I turn mine over for 15 minutes and then I turn them back again. And that kind of helps to make all the stuff that's in it go throughout the jar, and then you flip it over. That way it all doesn't settle at the bottom. But anyway, if you wanted to water bath it though, if you're not real comfortable with just open kettle canning, you can water bath it for 15 minutes. Just make sure you have like a good 1 to 2 inches of water on top. And bring it to a rolling boil. And after it's doing a rolling boil, count your 15 minutes. When your 15 minutes is up, you're good. Take them out, set them on the counter, leave them alone for 24 hours. So, okay guys, this stuff's really good. It's nice and warm. I wouldn't say it's too hot at all. It's not hot at all. It's just warm. My whole mouth is warm and it's a nice warm. So it's really good. Give it a shot. See you later. Bye.